Are we live?
Oh, you're on.
Okay. Hello, and welcome to another segment of NVLIFE at Home. Thanks for joining us. My name is Journey. I'm the youth director here at Napa Valley Life Church, and this is Adrian.
I don't even really know what my title is, so it's Sunday morning director, church planting intern / I think Tony threw out resident. There's that other word that Tony
Resident.
threw out.
That sounds very nice.
So yes, it
sounds like you live here.
It does sound like I reside at the church, which we know when you work here you pretty much do.
Basically.
But yes.
And today we're going to be talking to the youth and parents of the youth. Right now we're going through COVID-19, coronavirus. We're feeling a big sense of isolation, I feel, within the community. So as a youth director, as you being a former youth director and having a lot of experience working with youth, how can we keep our youth engaged and connected with one another during coronavirus?
Well, that's a great question. I think you know this, and we all know this. By nature, our kids are social creatures. Whether they, and I know parents, they come home, you ask them the question, and they answer you with the standard, fine, whatever. But by nature, we all are human, and we're social creatures. So I think the biggest disconnect that a lot of students are going to be feeling right now is that they don't have their normal routines. They don't have the ability to, see their friends. Yes, they're texting. Yes, they're Snapchatting. Yes, they're looking at TikTok, sharing Instagram photos, those types of things. But they're still a disconnect in the fact that they're not at school, they're not seeing their friends on a regular basis. And I think the closest thing that I can relate it to was a few years ago when we had our first round of really big fires, the ones that were really close here in Napa, for a period of, I want to say almost 2 weeks because of smoke, because of those types of things, everything shut down. And I was a youth director at the time, and we were trying to figure out what are the best ways that we could keep students connected. Well, then we were able to bring them in-house and have events with them because there wasn't the health scare. Now, you as the youth director, you're dealing with the health scare. We're not allowed to bring them in. We're not allowed to have groups together. So I think the key here, and you're going to know this better, is utilizing the tools that they use to keep them connected.
Absolutely.
So my question back to you would be, okay, so you know these tools, you know what these students are utilizing every day, how they're connecting socially. What do you think are some good ways that you can get them connected back together?
Yeah, well, what we want to ask our youth here at Napa Valley Life Church to do is follow our TikTok account, NVLIFE Church, and Senior Pastor Tony and I have created a very fun dance video on there. We'd love for the youth to go on, duet that video, and we challenge them to dance along with us in that video.
That's great. So yeah, great. Keep them connected. I can't wait to see those. I'm going to have to follow. Actually, I'll follow my teenager following that, because I'm not allowed to have TikTok. I'm surprised Tony got onto that, but good for him.
Yeah, I didn't realize Tony was such a good dancer.
Yeah. Well, we'll leave it at that. Perfect. So I think the other part too now is parents. This is going to be extremely hard for parents. Their routines are no longer the same either. Okay, so between trying to figure out when to work, when to be home, how to navigate school at home, school online, whatever it is, as a parent of a teenager and a parent of an 11-year-old, we and my wife really have to make sure that we're on the same page as far as what our expectations are for our kids. How are we maintaining that as well as communicating with each other? And then I know we say this all the time, but for our students at home and for our kids, as much as they push back sometimes, they want to know and feel, first of all, connected. And then they're just desperate for a sense of normalcy right now. What is normal? So as parents at home, we have to ensure that home environment stays as close to normal as possible. Whatever it is, if you eat meals together, continue eating meals together. If you don't, great opportunity to eat meals together with your kids. Now, I know, I get it. Some of you parents with older kids are like, they don't talk to me anyways. Now I'm going to sit at dinner and they're not going to talk to me. It doesn't matter. It's the sense of they're still not in their room. They're not separating themselves out. They're actually in a group. They're being able to be social. And yeah, that I think is going to be the biggest part. Emotions are going to be off the chain. They're going to go up and down all over the place as these kids get stir crazy. Go outside, take a walk, hang out with your kids. One of the greatest things that I've started to do with my daughters is what we affectionately call date night, daddy-daughter date nights, but we don't get to do date nights now because we can't go to places. So instead, I'm going to take a page from my father's book, and we'll just take walks around the block. So instead, it's just one-on-one time with my daughter where we may not talk for the first 350, 400 yards, and it's tough as I'm just walking around with my child not saying anything, but eventually they'll open up, or you can ask questions, you can talk or share or whatever it is, but you're investing time in them right now. Somebody once said it, I can't remember whom, it was Tony, we were talking maybe in a staff meeting, I think it was. He's going to pour into his kids right now. He has the time, and the forced situation where we as parents, we're going to get to spend time with our kids. So what does that time look like? Is it going to continue where we're all face down in social media? We're all looking at our phones. We're all, streaming Netflix or Hulu or whatever it is. No, I think now's the challenge, and I would offer it to parents out there. Get back engaged with your kids. We literally dusted off old board games. I'm not kidding you. We brought them out and we were rubbing cloths on them to get the layers of dust off. But we played games with our kids for the first time. Haven't done that probably, sadly, in a year. So
that's great. That's great. It's so important to stay connected in that way. Thanks for taking the time to talk, Adrian.
Yep. Good luck, parents. Keep at it. Don't give up.